Hey, can you hear me? Oh, you know. Hey,
Can you hear me? Okay, just making sure everything. It just heard your thing pop up like multiple times because I didn't have the. What's going on, you guys? Gaming out here coming at you with another video. Oh, my bad. What's up, guys? It's Lord Addict here with another Addict show. You guys have to apologize. I just got back from Philadelphia. It's been a long drive. I literally just walked through the door like an hour ago. But, dirt. I was considering not having the show today. But while I was on the way back, the Xbox raising prices dropped, and I was like, I can't miss this day. Like, obviously we got some Final Fantasy 16 stuff to talk about. We got some, rumors going around. Anything that Dirt himself wants to talk about. But what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the action where we talk about the past, present, future game. I got my co-host with me, Dirt Griggity. What's going on, Dirt?
what's up, man? Xbox raising those prices. Oh, I cannot TTS about Sony raising their console prices, but it's all good. We'll talk about it, brother.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go over. We're it's like I said, we're going to talk about some relatively small rumors. We are also going to talk about the fact that Final Fantasy 16 is having good reviews, but King is in the IOP chat going crazy about 720p. So I guess we'll talk about that a little bit, and then obviously we're going to talk about the unfortunate thing that Xbox decided to not necessarily take away all the hype that they just got, but they definitely they dragged it back in the water a little bit, then brought it back up. But first thing we're talking about is this rumor going around that People Can Fly is actually making a new game. I don't think we talked about this last week.
No,
I think
we didn't, because I think it hit after last week's show.
Yeah, so I want your opinion, what you think it is and what you want it to be. I think those are two different questions, and I'm very curious to hear your opinion on the matter.
Now, People Can Fly is, of course, the developers that made Gears of War Judgment, right? And on the Xbox 360, they also made Outriders, which I loved. I absolutely loved Outriders. Finished it with my homeboy Shaun 786. But the question you asked me, what do I think they're making and what do I want them to make? Okay, fair enough. What if I think the answer to both of those questions is the same thing?
Ooh.
Gears of War collection? We've been hearing rumors about that for the longest. I think that makes a lot of sense because this team is familiar with the Gears of War franchise. Like I mentioned, they did Judgment. A lot of people hate on Judgment. I think it was mostly because of the multiplayer and it was a little bit different, but I thought it was fine. I would like that. I would like for them to be making a Gears of War collection because, look, man, Gears is a great franchise. We haven't had a Gears since 2019. Some people have been asking for Gears, like Gears 6. Like, where's Gears 6? I think a lot of us kind of like anxious to see, where's Gears 6? We're ready. We're ready now. Even though Gears is coming out every 3 years, last generation, this has been 4 years, and probably in Gears 6 probably won't come out to 2025. So if they were able to do a Gears collection, I think that would be great. Dropping next year, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. I'm just talking right now, but I think that would be cool.
Do you think that it's a possibility? Maybe it's a deal to make like an Outriders 2 coming to Xbox, because I do feel like Game Pass was able to put a lot of shine onto that game. I think it's one of the times where Game Pass.
Does the Square Enix still own that IP?
No, I don't think they own the IP. I think they funded it. I don't think they own it.
Oh, now I would like that. If Outright, because I enjoy Outriders, I really did. If People Can Fly is doing Outriders 2 for Xbox exclusively, that's a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, because I know that Outriders to Square Enix's perspective was a flop, but I think if you put that title and what it did in any other hands than any other publisher, that they're gonna have a different outlay and different perspective, because Square Enix has been known over and over again to have like a unrealistic expectation when it comes to their platform, their games and what their games should sell. I remember, when it came to what's that game? Tomb Raiders. They wanted like 10 million plus. I remember they wanted Final Fantasy 15 to sell 10 million plus. Like that's where we get in this like weird position where, is it really that it needs that to make profit, or is that what you have promised your shareholders in profit? Because those are two different things. One, you're sitting on a mountain of money, and two, you have enough money to buy the mountain. And I think that people need to understand that there's a difference between projected sales and what they promised people. And Square Enix, we see a lot of their smaller titles make not necessarily the most when it comes to sales. And I think, do you think when it comes to Square Enix, they only had those expectations with like the Western type of games that they were making? Because I think that they did have those with Final Fantasy, but I do think that's realistic for a title like Final Fantasy to sell something like that. So I think that's more realistic than expecting Outriders to because Outriders sold what was like 3 million or something like that. And they
I don't know
still,
if it sold that, but I know it got played a lot in Game Pass.
and it's like if it still hasn't made enough money for people can fly to see royalties.
Yeah, they ain't
First,
seen nothing.
yeah, first off, that I can't 100% say that's Square Enix's fault because like if Square Enix gave you these recommendations, these conditions, and gave you this contract and you still signed it, you're just as blame as them. You
Right.
know, you are to blame for being greedy. They are to blame for being greedy, and you are to blame for making a dumb decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's like equivalent to, you know, you going in because you want a house, you sign a crazy, interest rate for that house, and then when they start asking for their money, you're like, but that's not fair. Look, it's never not fair. But at the end of the day, sometimes you don't take the first thing that comes to you, or maybe that they shopped around a bunch and Square Enix was the only people willing to work with them. But we don't know that, and I can only go off speculation.
Right.
So, I think when it comes to that, I don't think it's a Gears game.
Oh, okay. Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's just me. Like you asked me if I was hoping. Yeah, I do hope, and I'm kind of thinking. But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I can obviously be wrong if you don't think it's good. I would like Outriders too, though. I'm not going to even front
I
about
don't
that.
know if it's Outriders too, but what I will comment on is some dude on Twitter made a guess, and he kind of like worded it like it was facts. He was like, it's Gears, and we've known that for a while. And then Jez commented on that and said, I don't like misinformation. It kind of makes me think it might not be a Gears. Because, Gez is wrong on some things, but for the most part,
Yeah,
he
he's
does
usually
got
right
pretty
on.
correct sources. So it makes me think it might not necessarily
They
be
did say it
that.
was an Xbox owned IP though, so
Owned
it can't be
IP.
Outriders. Yeah, it can be Outriders. Yeah, like now that I'm thinking about it, they did say it was an Xbox owned IP.
Okay, so, actually, let's talk about that. Xbox and Nintendo IPs. I'm doing the timestamps for the timestamp mafia
Yeah,
because we
man.
know how much they love to complain about free content. All right, so did you watch the Nintendo Direct?
Hell no.
Did you hear anything about the Nintendo Direct?
I heard it was good. Saw some of the announcements, but that's about it.
So let me get the super chat real quick. $2 super chat from C Dub. I understand raising Game Pass, but console prices. We'll get to that here momentarily. So Nintendo Direct announced the Mario Super Mario RPG. I would say that's like one of the most iconic games that's on Nintendo that a lot of people have been wanting for a long time, and Nintendo has done that. Do you think Microsoft is failing its fans on older IPs coming back in like a Resident Evil matter or a high quality remake?
I wouldn't say the word failing. I would say there's a couple IPs I can think of that I've heard people ask for. Banjo Kazooie, which me personally I can care less, but Killer Instinct is one I really do want to see come back. So I wouldn't say the word failing, but I would say that I believe they should consider bringing those two games back because those are the two games I hear people always talk about. I mean, they considered in the past, like last generation, they were going to do a Phantom Dust reboot, and that game wasn't even that popular. But unfortunately, it got canceled. So they've done it in the past. So I would like for them to do that again. I'm not going to say they're failing like failing the fans, but I would like to see them bring some old IP back. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they're necessarily failing, but I do think that when you see the demand that some of their older IPs, Mech Warrior or whatever that game's called, Mech Assault, Banjo Kazooie,
Yep.
Conquer, they got a lot of
Yeah, Conquer. I heard that one too.
hardcore
Yeah.
IPs that I feel like will
They
they?
brought back Battletoads.
Yeah, it seems like they just bring stuff back that like Phil Spencer loved. Will it sell gangbusters? No, but to
Right.
me, like that is what you sold Game Pass and how it operates as is the ability to be able to take risks and have them pay off because you're getting that constant revenue stream to be able to go out and get these games and have these games developed. And if they don't perform the greatest, you have that money to fall back on. So it's like, you will Super Mario RPG sell great? Probably. But it's just like, even if Nintendo didn't think it would, they still went out of their way to redo it. And you don't have to do this to a lot of IPs. I would say there's only like maybe 4 IPs that Microsoft owns. Well, that's if they don't buy. If they buy Activision, that number goes up dramatically.
Right.
But as of right now, how hard is it just to have someone go redo the original Banjo-Kazooie? You don't need a new one. Just
Yeah.
do the original Banjo-Kazooie, gauge some form of interest in it, see how much that would actually do, or in Game Pass in general, see how many people download it, play, how many people buy it on PC, and then go from there. But to me, it's like they're taking upon themselves to make that decision for us. That we wouldn't support that. It's like equivalent to like a JRPG thing. Is JRPGs going to sell well on Xbox? Probably not right now because we haven't really cultivated that type of game on the Xbox ecosystem. But in the future tense, if you start getting more and more of these games on, you'll start seeing more and more sales because people are actually getting the game. They went above and beyond for that thing. So it's like at this time, it's like, go ahead and just take a shot. Like I would say Banjo-Kazooie is probably one of the safest bet. You could have someone remake the first one for one if you want to, maybe use some modern controllers, and then just go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like. There's been some smaller games lately. Like that was it Streets of Rage 4. I really love that one. Hi-Fi Rush is a AA game. I really love that one. So I'm okay if they bring back some of these games. Not Kill Instinct. I expect that to be a AAA game, but like something like Conquer or Banjo, if they brought it back, and not a huge AAA game, because how can you make those games a AAA game anyway? I like the Toads game. The only thing I didn't like was towards the end, it got a little bit too mini gamey, but I actually liked it. So if they brought back some of those IPs, I would be happy about that.
And then
but
it's
Kill
just
Instinct should be
Killer Instinct's a AAA product. Don't try to like save money when it comes to that. Like
make that one AAA.
you see what like Mortal Kombat and stuff's doing. It's like these games are desired, and it's just like to me, reach out to the people who, because I don't think Nintendo in-house makes Super Smash Brothers. I think another company does. So it's like if that's the case, hire some former devs that worked on Super Smash Brothers, and they can make the ultimate Super Smash Brother with all the IPs they own. Master Chief, the Gears characters. Like, look, those type of games as games as a service maybe isn't the most profitable right now. We've had a bunch of them being shut down, but it's just like in Game Pass, something like that where you constantly get the characters. It's a free to play, and if you're not part of Game Pass, you have to buy them. I feel like would work out well for them, but I don't know what type of money they can realistically make on that. So we got a $10 super chat from C-Dub. Xbox will be service only soon. Game Pass is more important than the console. Microsoft focus is software. I got rid of my Xbox months ago and upgraded my PC, PS5 deck, I guess Stream Deck. PC is all you really need. I mean, I get what you're saying on that, but I don't agree at the same time. PC is full. It's like a mountain in an ocean full of cheaters. Can't really go on any of those massive multiplayer games that doesn't have a lot of protection when it comes to a form of anti-cheating software. And look, is it every game? No. But almost every game I've ever played on PC has been ruined by the online community in one way, shape, or form. I've made an example multiple times. Fall Guys. That could be literally the farthest that you can get away from a competitive standpoint of a game. But people felt the need to cheat in Fall Guys. So until that is handled, and people, what's the first thing they say? Dirt. But Addict. People cheat on console. Dirt, do you think it's anywhere as bad as it is on PC on console?
It's way more cheating on PC, man.
Because it's way easier.
Yeah.
It's extremely easy to cheat on PC. It's so easy that all you have to do is put in your credit card and download a software on a variety of websites, and they will give you the cheat software for it.
That's pretty
Because
simple.
Bungie is going after these people right now. So like,
Hmm.
don't sit here and tell me that it's like like. I will say that consoles have an issue with aimbots and stuff like that, but that's a given. But I will say, like, playing Destiny, playing Fall Guys, playing these online games, I've came across cheaters on console, but it's very, very far between. There was a point, Dirt, where I was playing Destiny on the PC, almost encountering a cheater every other game.
Yeah.
And
That's a lot.
Fall Guys wasn't much better either. So
Really.
I get it, and keep
Can I
them.
say something about the super
Yeah,
chat though?
yeah.
So the C Dub say, the Xbox service. How long has people been saying that Xbox will be service only real soon? I think people have been saying that since 2015. Listen, Microsoft Focus is software. Okay. I mean, I don't get it, but I think people think that they're gonna be software only soon. And he also has another super chat. C Dub with the five said, I agree with that. A bunch of cheaters online. LOL. I'm 40 plus, so I don't play multiplayer like that anymore. Besides sports, but only on console. Yeah. So I mean, but I'm just saying, like people have been saying that Xbox is about to become a service only, a third party only. I know they have some games on other platforms, but they're not going to be only third party. They're still going to make consoles. They're still going to have their own ecosystem. So
See, the thing is it makes more sense for them to be a console manufacturer because they've already put in the work. They already have the console, the ecosystem, the structure. Why would they just leave that? It's easier for them to stay in there, put the R&R because they have the brand recognition. Then would be them to leave and just be a third. You know how much money Microsoft makes off of services and just the 30% that they get from publishers and games in general? A lot.
Adam, the thing is, let me say this right quick. All of the console manufacturers that failed, Sega, right? We can talk about NEC with the TurboGrafx 16, Panasonic with 3DO. They all have something in common. Their consoles failed because they didn't have the financial backing to continue. The Dreamcast was great, man. But when that PS2 came out with that DVD player and them great games, it just killed the Dreamcast, and Sega just did not have the finances to do it anymore. They had to forfeit that. Like, we're done. People want Xbox to be in that same situation. If Xbox decides to become a third party, it's because they want to do it. They're never going to be in a situation where, oh, you know what, financially, we can't do the Xbox anymore. And if the Xbox brand is profitable, it's making money, why would they do that? So people keep on saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that. No, they're not, unless they just choose to.
Yeah, because I think people just need to understand that Microsoft makes a lot of money off of that stuff. And
Yeah.
even though they might not be first, is that stop like, Subway or Wendy's or Burger King? Oh, we're not McDonald's. Let's just shut the hell down. We
Yeah.
don't.
No, of course not.
It's unrealistic. It.
Mm-hmm.
What? See, everyone talks about Android and iPhone, but what's that third? Like the third ones? What's those companies?
Like, we're talking about like
The Android
Cricket.
phones, iPhones.
Is the
And
third?
no, the company that makes other stuff that's not an Android or an iPhone. Or
I don't
does
know.
Android make everything?
Yeah, if you talking about like Cricket or something, they have Android phones.
Well, no, I'm talking about just the phones themselves. Like,
Oh, you talking about BlackBerry? You ain't talking about BlackBerry?
uh,
They pretty much. I think they went to Android. Now that I think about it,
I have
before
no
they
clue.
died.
But
Yeah, I don't think there's a
I,
third really.
I do think there are phones that are loved that aren't Android and iPhone. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's just like, even if you don't use that analogy, there's plenty of other stores that's not Walmart.
Right. That's still
They're
doing
they're
well.
not just gonna
Target.
close down. Like, they compete. I get it. It might be a lot harder for Microsoft to do certain things because they're having some of the advantages they have be looked at as a negative way, such as like the cloud computing that the FTC and the CMA are really going after them in terms of this sell. But it's just like, look, like they must be doing well. They're making money. Like they wouldn't keep investing into the Xbox brand if they didn't see any form of return that they knew they can get back.
Right.
It's been years. This is definitely not just the first sum of money that's went out. They see enough growth where they feel confident enough to keep investing. And let's be real, people don't like Microsoft investing money. They told them for years to invest. You're the richest company in the world. Why are you letting this company, own you? And now that Microsoft has, oh yeah, we do have money. Get Satya on the phone, man. I'm gonna need like 50 billion with a B.
With a B, no problem.
And Satya's like, what do you need it for? Don't worry about that, man. We get you back next quarter. We get you next quarter. All right, so that's pretty much all I want to talk about when it comes to that. Because when I did see that Nintendo, I did see that it's like, maybe there is more that Microsoft can do in that. Because when you look at the amount of people that loved seeing that Super Mario RPG, there's other games that Microsoft could have something similar with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about Final Fantasy 16 reviews.
Yeah.
Woo! Here we go, man. 31 minutes. We 31 minutes. We doing good today. 31. We might get out of here by an hour and 20. Because I have a feeling that Xbox raises price is going to be like a 20-minute topic by itself.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this. Final Fantasy 16, I think it's sitting on like an 88 right now on Metacritic. Mm-hmm. Something like the 88, 89. Maybe it went down to 87. And King is going wild in the IOP chat talking about
Shout out to King.
720p. Do you think that when it comes to looking at negative stuff like Redfall being 30 frames, Starfield being 30 frames, and it seems like people are kind of like ignoring the 720p and still giving it higher. Do you think that's the same, or do you think comparing resolution and comparing frame rates different entities and people shouldn't like see them as together?
Well, they are.
Let me get this real quick before we start.
Okay.
Lord Metro with the $2 Super Mario RPG is a day one for me. Looks amazing. Yeah, you notice that's $60. What happened to that Zelda energy? But I'm gonna end it there, Lord Metro. I'm gonna end it there. That's one of the most hyped Nintendo games of all time, and they didn't feel comfortable putting that sucker out at $70. I noticed that, Lord Metro, and I noticed that. Continue, Dirt.
There are two different things, but see, listen, man. The last week, I still get comments on my last couple of videos. People just leaving 30 FPS, 30 FPS. Listen, bro, let me tell you guys something. Something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to these games and this generation. The console war, we go back and forth with 60 FPS, 30 FPS. 4K, 1080p, 720p. 720p, I think, is more unacceptable than 30 FPS this generation, right?
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
720p, bro. That's 360 numbers, the PS3 numbers. But my point is, something a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to this conversation is engines, right? Some engines are better than others. Some engines can get frame rates much better and easier than other engines. Is this the same engine that was running for Spoken? Because it almost seems like it. The frame rate, it doesn't even keep a 30, like a steady 30 from what I've seen. It drops, the quality mode drops, the performance mode, it's terrible. So what happens now, right? It drops to 720p. I'm sorry, folks in the chat, because I know Ad is talking right now. Folks in the chat, 720p.
720p.
How is 720p okay, right? Now, people roasted Xbox for Starfield being 30. Starfield, listen, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it was Ty Howard and those guys' decision to make it 30. Flat out, nothing else we can say. Square Enix, they decided to run with dynamic resolution to get the frame rate steady, and the frame rate is not steady. So what are we talking about, right? What are we going to talk about? Is it acceptable for Starfield to be 30 FPS 4K?
Just to be clear from you, this is how you're going to be looking when you playing 720p. Okay? Look at this, man. This is what PlayStation people right now are dealing with on Final Fantasy. I'm joking. My Zoom is being messed up. Zachary, stop doing that. My Zoom's being messed up. Give me a couple seconds to fix that. Just keep talking to them, man. Feed them the truth, the gossip.
Yeah, man. So for smoking, you need to shut up talking about my glasses. My glasses ain't that damn thick, you POS. But let me tell you, it's okay. These game companies, these development teams, they make the games to the best of their abilities. Some engines can cut it, some engines don't, right? Flat out. We've seen great engines put out games that run the steady 60. We've seen engines that can't do 720p a lock 30. We've seen this.
So 720p is kind of crazy, because I would like with the PS5, and this is a PlayStation 5 only game,
right?
And it's slipping below 1080p. One would think like 1440p 1080s where, you would expect this kind of console. Now, to hear me, I don't care. Because I think this is one of those things where it drops. It's probably got, what do they call that? Frame rate and resolution where it goes up and down depending on what the game needs. Dynamic resolution. That's fine. Look, other people are gonna go hard because of the resolution, because that's not what they expect from this type of game. Me, I don't really care. I'll be real with you. As long as the game's fire, I'm good with that. The reason that like games like Redfall got like really dragged is because it was 30 frames and it was very underwhelming in terms of content that you could play. But what I will say is, even though I don't care, it does look very spooky that in 2023 we have a game hit 720p on a next gen console. And that goes for Xbox too. If this was on Xbox, it'd be like that's spooky. We shouldn't be, because to me at that point it's like the game's not like unfinished, but to me it's like they should have optimized it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And I saw somebody say it's not 720. It drops to 720p, sir. I forgot what the pony name was. Satan Soft. So his name right there. It drops to 720p, sir. We're not lying. Go look at Digital Foundry or whoever else did the analysis video. It drops to 720p. Listen, 30 FPS was unacceptable last week, but 720p is okay this week. Is that what you guys are telling me?
And then we got to be real here, guys. Like, we're not saying that it's like right or wrong. I don't want people thinking that, we're just saying that the energy that was going over 30 frames, which is unacceptable, should be hit too when it comes to a game that can't perform at 1080p. And that's to everything. I'm sure some Xbox games do that too. So let me get these super chats. It's JD Gamer, so I don't think we're gonna get triggered too much. He usually comes in with the knowledge. $10 super chat from JD Gamer. Let's just get this out of the way. How much is consumer social brand awareness worth? Well, billions, and that's why Xbox isn't going anywhere. Microsoft was going to buy Yahoo, then TikTok, then Discord for it. So, okay, I was about to start reading his next super chat. Okay, yeah, you're right. Brand recognition is worth a lot of money. There's a reason that people look at Facebook as not just, social media. They look at Facebook as Facebook. They look at Twitter as Twitter. Do you think Twitter was worth all that money just because you can get on and tweet notes because it's Twitter? $5 super chat from JD Gamer. So no So know what a social media presence, Xbox Live and then Xbox platform have social media aspects to it. The consumer market drives the whole market. I completely agree. Completely agree. Okay, let's get back to the slander. So, first off, are you gonna play Final Fantasy 16? Let's be real here. Are you gonna play it?
I didn't even download the demo, bro.
So one could just say, and we got 67 people in here, man. Hit that like button. Let's get over to 100 likes before the end of the show. I'm probably gonna raise that before the end of the show, but right now we going with 100, man. We going with 100. There is at least 20 of you that ain't that like button. Like don't front with me, guys. Don't front with me. So I am actually going to be playing Final Fantasy hardcore. So do you think that it's one thing to criticize something? Do you think, because I know what a lot of people are going to say, they're going to be like, Dirt, you're not going to play the game, so why does it matter to you? What is your answer to that?
That's what the answer to that. What? How many of you guys are going to play Starfield that criticize Starfield? Let's be honest. Some of you guys don't have a PC or Xbox.
How many people criticize Redfall that didn't play Redfall?
Didn't play Redfall. I finished Redfall, right? No, so many people didn't play Redfall. Listen, man. When it comes to this console war banter that we do, come on, man. Everybody's hypocrites.
Dirt's in it for the long run. Dirt's in it for the long run.
Don't come at me.
I told you, man. Play the game. Dirt is an expert at like those long range attacks. You can't touch Dirt where he is. I told you in the official war zone. When you just realm. Well, I don't know if I call the Addict Show realm because we a little bit different. Okay, so like viewers, just think of the battlefield. Okay, so right here is IOP. We on the front line. We got King David with this sword going up. Behind us is archers. And Dirt be controlling them, man. We'll be Dirt be like, they coming on the left line, and he be getting those people just shooting them all over there. That's why he got no bullshit when it comes to his chat. Okay, like they get close, they can't get to his chat because he is sniping them with arrows. That is where Dirt is right now.
I won't let him get close. They try, but no, look, it's all fun, bro. But yeah, but look, all jokes aside, honestly, this comes with the territory, right? 720p, PS5 only game, not even on PC, the strictly PS5. Drop into 720p. Do you guys question that? Do you guys want us to question Starfield and question Todd Howard and question the power of the Xbox Series X? Y'all wanted us to question the power of the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, let me interrupt you. $2 super chat from Hit FG Blunt. Yeah, he said Dirt snipers be hitting everybody.
yeah, man. I gotta actually tell them to chill a little bit because they be hitting innocent people. So hey, man, don't snipe him. My bad.
They'll accidentally hit like an IOP warrior. They'll be like, hit him in the foot. Like, whoa.
No friendly fire, brother.
He's a friend. Okay? Medics, go help him.
Yeah, man. So, it is what it is. But I'm sure, like people saying that the game is good. It got great reviews, which is great. But I'm noticing, the game isn't broken. It's just the frame rate is everywhere. So look, man, it's getting good reviews and good for Square Enix and PlayStation. I'm sure it'll sell well, and that's good for them.
Do you think that's because here's the thing? Like I have my own concerns for Final Fantasy 16. It has nothing to do with the frame rate or resolution or anything like that. Do you think? Here's my thing. I think you can easily have criticism, and you could still want to play the game. Just because we sit here and we clown a couple things on like PlayStation, we both have PlayStations.
Yeah.
My PlayStation's in my room. My Xbox is right here because most of the time when I review stuff or record stuff, it's on my Xbox. Unless I play PlayStation, I bring it in here. For Final Fantasy, I probably will bring my PlayStation here. The problem is I don't got too much room on my desk. In case you ain't noticed, that PlayStation is like the size of my desk. So it takes me a minute to get that sucker in here, find a good place for it that's not gonna fall anywhere. And it got to the point where I might need some of those wall mounts, so I can just put it on the wall mount, so I don't have to deal with anything like that. I don't know. I might have to buy like another PlayStation, another Xbox, just so things would be separated. It gets, I know this is first world problems, but I get annoyed when I have to like review something and I have to switch consoles. I'm like, damn it. Like now I gotta, like, I feel like I don't need to go to the gym because I do that so often. When I grab the PlayStation, man, I just do a couple curls. Curling, huh? Like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Do some curling.
Someone said Addict something in here. It was in cat. So you are making my dog bark. Oh, okay. My bad, guys. You know how I get it. I get into it, man. I get into it. We got $2 super chat from Keel Walker. As Shaun says, anybody can get it.
The snipers, we got to watch them, brother.
Yeah, you got some very, very accurate snipers. That's why King hired them to be the second line.
Yeah.
We got to have people.
Tom Warren in here, man. It's Tom Warren in here.
Oh, what's up, Tom Warren? Gonna wait for the PS5 Slim. I hope that the Slim is really. How much smaller can you make the Slim? Like, is it gonna be like the size of like the PlayStation 5 and it's like just a little bit smaller? Or are they gonna try to make like the Xbox version? Like, I'm kind of curious how small you can realistically make that, because to me, it's big for a reason.
Yeah.
So
I remember the PS3 when they did a Slim. They made it much smaller. Well, but that was later in the life cycle too, though. So, yeah.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Final Fantasy, amazing. I'm so glad that the game is reviewing well.
Yeah,
I still have my doubts with the Final Fantasy brand. When I really, really jump into to 16, maybe some of my overall concerns with the game will be over. But one thing I will say, and we're not going to go too much into this, but you guys got to relax when it comes to like attacking people like myself that prefer turn-based. Because there's a lot of people that get so upset with people just because they want turn-based. Like, I get it. You don't care about turn-based, but you got to look at it from like the perspective of the people that play turn-based Final Fantasy for years.
Yeah.
We are getting a product that's not the way we originally played it. And I know that's maybe for the good or for the bad, but up until 16, there was a lot of Final Fantasies that was hit and misses. I'm not saying that was because of the turn-based. I don't think that's entirely because of the turn-based, but there is some things when it comes to the Final Fantasy. 16 looks like it's definitely doing more Final Fantasy stuff, but I don't think it's doing enough to please the OGs, the people that came for the brand, the people that love Final Fantasy. It's making us mad, and I get it to a point. It's not your guys' fault, but I will say that chill out on us, man. Let us live. Let us live, because the same people, like I put on Twitter, the same people that are complaining about me wanting turn-based Final Fantasy are the same people that complain that the smallest thing is off in a comic book movie. But I can't want a gameplay style that I played for like a couple decades.
Yeah.
But see, like Dragon Quest, Square Enix gives you the option. Do you want this newer style gameplay, or do you want turn-based? I just don't understand why, they can't do that with Final Fantasy. I get it. It would probably, make the game more expensive.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why are you spitting in the people that made your franchise what it is? Because to me, that's what they're doing. Now, obviously, 16 looks like it's going to be fun, so I think that's going to be good. And the people that say go play Octopath Traveler 2 and all that stuff, shut up. Shut up. Like, same people want want Call of Duty to change every year, but they do anything that's not boots on the ground, you complain. Right. Shut up. Okay. My rant is over. My rant is over. Okay, we got a member chat from Raiden Blade. Hey guys, so Starfield, I like it. Hey guys, so Starfield is much larger game, 4K 30 frames, and Final Fantasy 16 is a much smaller game. Is comparison and 720 30 frames. Which console is the 12 teraflop RDNA 2? See, he being messy.
Blade.
He being
Yeah,
messy.
Blade, man. That's the homie, man. You know, he be messy, man.
We got $5 super from Jax82. Then everything needs to change. 30 frames goes to PC to console exclusive games. I'm just tired of hearing that the Series S is holding back the X. I feel you on that. There's a lot of incidences where that's not the case. But I will say from like a foundation level, I've talked to devs that everything holds everything back. You know, when they can't truly take advantage of anything, because if in that case they would just make stuff for like next year's cards before next year comes out. Mm-hmm. But they have to make games for everything, for every GPU that's on the market to a degree. Obviously, the most popular ones, they're going to go back and really, fine tune something like the 1080 or a 1060 or something like that. But they're going to try to do the most popular cards that's on Steam and stuff like that. Then you got this, because that's why the Series S doesn't really give me too much of an issue. Now, if they were Series S and X exclusives, then I would say there's more to that, because then you're only dealing with the Series S and X. You're not dealing with all the PC counterparts, because they're definitely making stuff on the PC that's weaker than the Series S, and they're making it for those cards. So I will give it to that. But the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy, dirt. I was told that if you work on one console, you have the better the better game. What happened? 720p games.
720p. And did you see the frame rates though?
No, I didn't.
Quality mode, the quality mode was going under 30. The performance mode, which is the mode that drops to 720p. Sometimes, not the whole time, but it does drop to 720p. Bro, the performance mode was pretty bad. It's so bad that Digital Foundry recommended playing in quality mode, because the performance mode was so bad. It was dropping all over the place. So, yeah.
It's just one of those things, man. It's like, look, if you want to play it. I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where I'm going to tell people not to play something from performance. If you're okay with playing at those standards, which I am, I'm definitely going to play it, then play it, man. Don't let anybody tell you guys anything different. $2 super chat from the Black John. Accurate. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe...
I'm not sure.
Maybe he only certain characters of $2, so maybe he didn't have enough characters to explain what. I don't know. $2 super chat from Raiden Blade. It's not 720p. It's knocking on the door of 720p. Man, you guys are very extra today. And Raiden Blade. There's the Black John. You had a lot more. I wish you would have put a little bit more context behind that accurate. I don't know if you're trying to clown on me for me saying something's accurate or not. I don't know. I'm bothered by that, man. Put in the chat. Tell me what you mean by that.
Yeah, what you
$5 super from C-Dub. A 720p game will still outsell anything on Xbox. Patches will be made.
Patches. Oh, come on. C-Dub seems to be a pony, man. Hey, C-Dub. You talking like it's 2015, brother. It ain't 2015 no more. PlayStation just showed you all of their bangers they got coming.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
Oh, man. Good old C-Dub. Oh,
yeah,
man.
And at the end of the day, it's like, look, a good game is going to outsell other games. Final Fantasy 16 is probably going to do very well. According to the Metacritic, so far it's a good game.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But then when you look at something like, Starfield, from what we see, it looks like a good game that's going to sell well. The performance mode thing's on the back end. There's going to be some people that complain about that. For the most part, the majority of people are going to overlook all types of stuff if it's a good game. $5 super chat from C-Dub. I just have disposable income. I just like games. I feel you on that.
Well, send Addict $50 right now. They see you got disposable income.
He don't have that kind of disposable income. Look, man. Look at you. You sitting there like, oh, you gonna beat your chest? Beat your chest. Like,
yeah, show us your disposable income, bro. Send Addict $50 to $100.
He like, do you got McDonald's disposable income or Chick-fil-A disposable income? Because there is a difference. Like,
Chick-fil-A ain't got no dollar menu.
Well, I don't think McDonald's don't have a dollar menu either
Oh, they don't
anymore.
have it anymore?
No, I don't think they do.
Well, they got some stuff for cheap. Big chicken there, yeah. Oh.
Ah. Oh my god.
Oh, snap. Hey, I apologize, brother. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. You
Yo.
tell me. Hey,
Yeah,
C-Dub. Respect.
I think that's the only person I've ever seen that just says, "Shut up, shut your mouth."
Hey, yo, C-Dub, I'm shutting my mouth, brother. Respect to you. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yo, you kind of just got played there. You just kind of. Oh my god, he kind of got you there, man. All right, so let's get to the
50, bro.
Let's
Hold on,
get.
let me see what we say. Like you said, split it and buy Final Fantasy
Okay,
16.
I will send Dirt 25 of it. Let's talk about Final Fantasy. Not Final Fantasy. Let's talk about Xbox raising the prices.
Okay, let's talk about it, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first because I got my reserved opinions on the matter. So tell me what you think.
Well, I got to be honest. When PlayStation raised the price of their console, we made fun, we laughed. And now with the Game Pass price hike, we knew that was coming. We all said, they would eventually raise the price of Game Pass, and I think $1 for the regular Game Pass and $2 for Ultimate, that's not bad. Now, when it comes to the console price being raised, I was like, because I said it from the beginning. I was like, if Xbox raises the prices of their console, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I feel that way. They did the exact same thing the PlayStation did. They raised it in a lot of places, but they didn't raise it here in the States. I think they said Japan and a couple other countries. So it's at the point. It is what it is. Some things are inevitable. I really felt that the Xbox could have just y'all Microsoft, just kind of take the hit until y'all can make the consoles cheaper. But they didn't do that. But I will say this: they do have.
Hold one second.
They didn't raise the price of the S.
Hello. Okay, well, I'm going to turn my mic down on OBS a little bit because apparently I'm busting people's eardrums out. Continue.
Oh, you don't sound that loud to me. Yeah, so that's how I'm feeling. I'm like, yeah, I wish they didn't do it. I wish they could have just kind of took the hit, but maybe it was too much of a hit to take. Like maybe they didn't want to take the hit of the Xbox Series X. Obviously, they didn't. They did not raise the price of the S, which is good. Now, the question is, will they eventually discontinue the white Xbox Series S and focus on the black Xbox Series S with the 1 terabyte of storage? So yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't like it. Like I said, the Game Pass price hike was not surprising. We all predicted that, and the price hike that it has gotten for Game Pass is not bad at all. $1 and $2 is not bad at all. But damn, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think that when it comes to stuff like that, we're at a point where it's like, look, I still disagree. 100%, They shouldn't have done this. But at the same time, I'm going to say, just like I said, PlayStation, what you going to do? You're not going to... Don't buy Xbox. Like, I think that the biggest thing I don't like about this is the same thing I didn't like about the PlayStation 1. Don't increase your prices in certain areas, but not other areas.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's spitting on anywhere that's not America. Because it's like, okay, we value American consumer base so much, we're not going to raise it over there. It's like, be consistent. Make us pay it just like you make them pay it. Because to me, I get it. You don't want to raise it in that. Now, if PlayStation would have raised it in those areas, they would have done it. But it seemed like they're mirroring what PlayStation did because they know they can make a buck in those areas.
It's still a competition, right?
And to me, it's just like, you should have just took the L. Like, on the console, Microsoft. You should have just took the L. Now, Game Pass, that's one thing. Now, I think Aaron or someone said that they weren't going to raise it during the holiday sales, and people were correcting me on Twitter. Yeah. But it's just like, you should have just kept your mouth shut if you guys are going to raise it anytime. Like, and maybe he just didn't know that there at that time there wasn't no plans for it, and then sooner or later they got to that discussion.
They were taking advantage of plays. I remember when it was Axe, when like the Axe feel that it was around the same time PlayStation raised their prices. So they were trying to take advantage of it, in that moment.
Yeah, because to me, just at that point, just don't say nothing,
Don't say a
because
damn word.
it's like the 60 frame, 120 frame comment that people are just butchering Aaron with. Like, if you
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
if you are not 100% confident that you're gonna hit that every time, just don't say nothing. Because even though that was years ago, they're still gonna use it against you, and that's my biggest issue with the whole thing. It's like, to me, the showcase was amazing. It was a great showcase. They really impressed me with a lot of things. Obviously, I had my nitpicks. Gave it an 8.5 because I felt like combat for Hellblade was very underwhelming. There's a lot of things that I personally feel I could have improved, but it was still enough to give me an 8.5. What are you laughing about?
That super chat from
Go ahead and
is
take
it
care of it.
Polga Polga Bravo with the 5. So if Xbox runs Starfield at 4K 30, PS5 probably runs Starfield at 360p 30. You
Oh
being
my
messy, man.
god. And that's my biggest issue with the matter. It's like, look, just be consistent with messaging. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree with that.
especially when it comes to this. Like, you had such a good showcase, and I felt like you had so much good publicity. Even if you had this plan 3 or 4 months ago, and I don't know how executive stuff work. I don't know how business to this degree, running $1 trillion company. I don't know that. But at the same time, it's like you seeing all this good publicity. You seeing you being positive outlets everywhere. I'd have been hitting up PR. I've been hitting up who I had to talk to as Phil. I'm like, can we delay this news? Look, we can do it. Can we
Right.
do it like the beginning of next year? Can you let me rock the rest of the year with this good publicity? Or maybe
But
they have some really good stuff about to come out and they want to get the bad stuff out now.
yeah, I mean, sometimes you kind of have to do that. Remember, we talked about this last year. Remember before, was it before E3 last year? They came out and said that Starfield would be delayed. Starfield and Redfall would be delayed. Or
It
was
was
that
like
before? Yeah.
it was like a premature attack. They're like, we know we're
Yeah.
going to get attacked. That's what I felt like they should have did with Starfield with 30 frames. They should have got that out of the way
Out of the
before
way.
the show. That way, no one was talking about that when it happened. People already talked about it. You had the PlayStation podcast made 50 podcasts, 28 videos, and 100 hours of Twitter Spaces. All that was over because it's
Right.
like I've always said, in the real world, everyone drives around like they drive around a residential area. You get to your going medium slow pace. In gaming, it's like the freeway. By the time something happens, we done 10, 15 miles up the road. Like, we ain't talking
Right.
about this anymore. And that's why it's just like, get it out of the way. Don't let it be in the news when the good stuff's happening.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, like before you get these super chats, I still don't think this news is enough to hurt their
I don't, but
positive momentum.
I do think it does bring it down a little bit.
I mean, maybe slightly, because I mean,
Because
even
consoles
when
going up is a big deal. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
too
yeah.
much on the subscription because Netflix does it like every 3 months. But
right. Well, I'm gonna say I think like why it's not hurting as much, because PlayStation already did these exact same things. Because remember when Xbox announced their first party games would be $70, we talked about it, but it didn't really shock the world because PlayStation has already done it. It it will be a much bigger now in the console war. Yes, this is more ammo for the PlayStation guys, but at the end of the day, PlayStation has already done these price hikes, and Xbox is just following suit. So the negativity isn't as bad as it would have been if PlayStation hasn't done it already. So it is what it is. I just think that Xbox has to continue with the positive momentum. So like this news is a little bit of negativity, but it's not like groundbreaking. Like, oh no, Xbox is going. It's not like it was a month and a half ago. with Redfall and CMA blocking the deal. It's not that. So, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Hey, Nix, hold on. Nix, shut up. All you do is come through here and cry, complain about what we seeing. You listening to us. We ain't listening to you, punk.
And what's funny is like at least like some of these PlayStation fanboys, at least they be saying stuff with their chest. They be super
Yeah.
chatting. They'll be like, "Yo, you gonna come at me?" Like some of these PlayStation fanboys be like, It's like they talking like some of these people come in and be like, "This is what I stand on," and some people come in like, like
Yeah.
it's like we can't speak up. We can't hear you. Like,
Yeah, speak up.
$2 super chat from Hit FGS Blunted. I'm
Blunt, yeah.
sure there's some form of an inside joke, but we're not going into that. Nah, Starfield will be 0p and 0 FPS on PlayStation 5. It's just a black screen. Imagine if they literally acted like they were releasing this game on Starfield, and it's just a black screen.
Hey, Nix, man.
No.
Nix, did you sign that petition, Nix? Did you sign that petition? Make sure you sign a petition with Starfield to come on PS5.
Yo, imagine if it was. Imagine if you downloaded the game, right? You go into on PlayStation, and it's just a picture that says available on Xbox, and it gives you the code.
Wow, you got it. Like that's what like code for the game. You say like a digital code for the game. That's funny.
We got to find out super chat from Alvin. I think they raised the prices now because they said they wouldn't do it so close after closing ABK. Now they know it's about to close, so they're doing it now. I feel you, but didn't one of the things that I think the CMA wanted is they want guarantees that they wouldn't raise prices on Game Pass.
I don't remember a guarantee to saying that. No,
it wasn't a guarantee, but I remember that was one of the ways that they were kind of pushing to get it passed. They're like, look, we'll be more open to talking about this happening if you can guarantee Game Pass won't increase besides like inflation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Gamecast like maybe that's why the increase was so small.
Yeah, because it was only $2. I mean, $2 is a lot if you consider like 30 million people. We got one more thing to talk about. It's the same thing.
Yes, sir. Nah, Nix, I like you, man. I like you. Kind of. Well, not really, but hey, it's all good. Thanks for being here.
We just joking with Nix. If he's taking it too seriously, I apologize. Nah, not really.
Nick's cool.
But... All right.
Nick's cool on Iron Lord's podcast. He ain't welcome on my channel.
Okay, okay.
Okay, what's up, bro?
It was increased by $2 on Xbox Game Pass. Was there a PC increase?
No, there was not.
So, I think we're at this point where we do need to talk about Xbox and Microsoft treating Xbox like second-class citizens.
Mm-hmm.
I do think there is enough valid proof. Obviously not second-class citizens, but they don't like you see Phil on here talking all the time about giving back to the Xbox community. He talked about it when he bought the Bethesda deal. You got exclusive games on PC. You don't have them on Xbox. You even have exclusive games on mobile that's not on Xbox. Do you think we've gotten to the point now, especially not playing gold, and obviously this increase is not happening on PC. It's only $10 on PCs still. Do you think we've gotten to the point where it's like enough is enough, Microsoft? You need to address this and you need to actually have that same energy. I think more people would be okay with the increase, especially on the Xbox side if it was on the PC side too. And I'm not saying, raise it on both because one. I'm saying that from a perception wise, it looks crazy that you're raising the same service on Xbox but not PC. Let me get this member chat real quick. Member chat, the Elder Scrolls 6 petition has 1040 1040 signatures to make Elder Scrolls 6 for PlayStation's Fire Shop. We made a Spider-Man petition to get them. Yo, put that Xbox on, yo. Neither are going to happen. Yeah, neither are going to happen. Both are pretty
Yeah.
comfortable with being on the other platform. At this point,
Mm.
if you want that, you're gonna have to go and get that $2 super chat from Hit. It's hit and field goal blunted dirt as a piece
FT
of
Blunt, yeah.
it's hit and field goals blunted dirt POS. Okay, so
Hidden field
talk to
goals
me,
blunted.
talk to me,
Gotcha.
dirt, because to me, I'm not mad, but I do feel slighted.
Yeah.
I do feel a point where it's just like, do we continue to let this happen? Because at this, it just feels like they are trying to push you into PC. And I know that's not the case. I feel like they feel comfortable on the Xbox platform. They're not going nowhere. And they're trying to grow the PC. And that's fine. But it's just like, if you want to do that, you're going to just have to take the L on console while you
Yeah.
grow the PC base and then raise them both when you feel comfortable raising on both.
Yeah. First off, Splendiferous is the addict. What's my name? Splendiferous addict to say, I'm not going to even try to announce your damn name.
Yes.
Splendiferous. Okay, look, man. People,
Splendiferous.
splendiferous. So
Splendiferous.
people might not like what I'm about to say, but this is as my opinion. It's unfortunate, man, but some things in life just is not fair. And PC players, it seems like they get like like they're like I use this like analogy before. They're like Blade, like like the comic book character Blade. He has all the powers and the strengths of vampires, but he has none of their weaknesses, right? He can do everything they can do, except for he can walk around in the damn daylight too. They're like, damn, you get to do that too. So it's like PC players, they get the benefit, like they get stuff that we just don't get. Like we're getting the raise, they're not. I mean, price hike, they're not. This stuff has happened in the past. Like for the longest, their games didn't cost as much as console games. Not just Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC guys didn't pay as much for their games as we had to pay. So it's like it's been going on for years. I see what you're saying. Like Xbox, this is not fair, damn it. And it's like, wow, I'm at the point like,
and, and it's not just
what can we do?
Xbox. Like Blizzard, same way. Like what I will say to the PC people is that I don't like most of you. I'm gonna be real with you.
Because they
But
got cheaters. Like maybe because
yeah, yeah.
like there's so many cheaters and they don't.
I
Yeah,
will say though, that PC community got the gaming industry scared shitless of that. Like they scared to move anything to Epic Game Store. They're scared to do any like major changes to anything. They're
yeah,
scared to raise prices on anything. Like
that's a fact, bro.
you really got them straight. And what it
Yeah,
is a lot of console gamers. Obviously, we're vocal, but a lot of console gamers, they're casual. They're not vocal. I
right.
I do think there's no such thing. Like there is casual PC gamers, but I think they're not the same as a casual console gamer.
Facts. I
It,
was just about to
you
say
have
that.
to be knowledgeable to some degree, maybe not huge, but to some degree to play on PC. I feel
Absolutely.
like on Xbox, PlayStation, and definitely Switch, you just gotta buy a console and just put that sucker in.
Yeah.
And I think that what is a PC person already at? What are they at? They're at a key. They have a keyboard, like
Yeah.
this thing right here.
Right.
It's easy for them to go to a website because they're already there. Like,
They're already there. So hey, listen, you just brought up something that I actually didn't think about. When it comes to casuals, a casual. Okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. My oldest daughter, 24 years old. She's a PC player now. Like she used to be a pony back then. Well, she wasn't a pony, but she used to prefer PlayStation. But her boyfriend is this PC guy, smart kid, IT guy. He knows he can build me a PC if I ask him to. He has her on PC. Now she's a casual. All she plays right now is Overwatch 2. That's all she plays. But he built her a PC. The casual PC players like her that only plays 1 or 2 games, they usually have somebody build them a PC, or they'll excuse me, they'll buy a PC. Like you said, if you compare that to a console casual, they're kind of night and day, bro. Like a console casual, it is about a console, sit down and play. A PC casual, like you said, they have everything there. The keyboard, the websites. They don't want to pay all that extra stuff. They're not going to pay all that extra stuff. And it's unfortunate, but it's reality. I know the PC, like I said, PC gang is going deep today. Yeah, the PC gang is, they are what they are, man. But I think Addict is right. He said these companies are scared to death of the PC guys. They have power, man.
They
If
do.
they're pet,
They do.
they have power. They do. The PC guys can say, "Oh, you know what? We're not paying that. We're not doing that. We're just going to steal it." They're like, "Okay, you know what? We're not going to raise the prices, guys. We're not. We don't want you guys to steal it, steal the games. We're just going to keep the prices as they are." And it's unfortunate. It's unfair, but it is what it is. And I said that for the 5th time today, but I'm saying it again. It is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I don't agree with it, but at the same time, what are we gonna do?
What we gonna do, bro?
They got us by a passion, and they know they have us by a passion, and they know we ain't going nowhere.
If I'm really that pissed, maybe I will become a PC gamer.
But we know that's
Right.
not happening.
I don't want to be a PC gamer, but the option is there, right? If I really want to, if I really want to learn how to speak Spanish, I can download Rosetta Stone and pay some money and figure out and learn how to speak Spanish. I don't really feel like doing that shit.
Yeah,
I can become a PC gamer if I wanted to, right?
Yeah,
I can
but
do.
you know what?
But I don't want to.
We could go ahead and walk off into the sunset. We about an hour and 17 minutes.
Walk off to, hey, what's up, bone slave? You half a pony.
All right, so what's going on with you, Dirt? What's popping? What you got going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm gonna tell these guys right now if they try to hit me up, Dirt, keep that same energy. Do a video about the Xbox price increase. No, I'll talk about it on the podcast. I'm not doing a dedicated video to that. No, but that's about it, man. Thanks for having me. Oh, well, I'm the co-host now, but thanks for another show, my brother. I'll probably do a Dark Man podcast tomorrow. It depends on how much news pop out because right before the show I saw some stuff about people really calling out Jim Ryan, calling him a coward for not showing up in person to the hearings. They say he's going to be on one of those TVs that's usually showing like elementary school. He's going to be on one of them old TVs and it's not even live. It's pre-recorded.
He's like, you a coward.
They say he's a coward. So yeah, that's about it, man. I'll put listen, guys. If you love Xbox content, trash talking,
and like the second line,
trash talking.
He's got his art. Like, look, like Dirt's one of those things, man. When he's not in battle, he got his gates open, but he got those archers over every time. They just like this. What you gonna say? Oh, nothing. Okay. What you gonna say? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh, bam. Now you out of here.
Hey, let me say something, Nick. Nick said, Dirt, your channel would be fine if you welcome players from all sides. Break the safe haven you created for the abuse. No. Listen to me for a second. I need you to understand that I've been there. I've done that. I'm just tired of y'all ponies, man. Listen, this is Iron Lord's podcast channel. This is Lord Addict's show right here. This is their channel. They can do how they want to do it. But on my channel, I've been there with the ponies coming in, adding their 2 cents. I'll have an echo chamber. Damn it! I keep on telling y'all that.
Why do you think he's in the second line? He's tired. He don't want
to. Man. I'm tired. I can't do it no more.
He gonna let General King be in the front lines.
Yeah, man. I can't do it no more. I've been there, done that, man. I got tired of it, man.
Next, I like the new headset. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah. So, thanks, bro. I appreciate you, Addict, man. I always have fun.
Yeah, definitely go over there. Follow him on his channel, man. Pop into his show. But I appreciate you for coming through. We're gonna go ahead and slow this out of here. We was in here for an hour and 19 minutes. We got 168 likes and 350 people watching. Hit that like button on your way out.
Button,
I know you guys can get that over to 200. I know you can. Don't sit there and tell me you can't. You can easily get that to 200. We ain't playing with you guys today. Someone said is level 1 gaming. I almost didn't send them anywhere.
Shout out
It's
to
just
Fame.
yeah. Let me see. I don't know if they're. I don't think they're live yet. But let's send you guys over to Davy Jaffe. Let's send you guys over there. I'm
David
sure.
Jaffe.
Yo, tell him Addict sent you. Tell him Addict sent you. I'm just curious what he gonna say. If you guys go in there big, I'll make sure David Jaffe comes back on ILP. I know you guys like that. Go in there big and tell him that the Addict Show sent you. I talk to you guys later. I appreciate it for coming
Peace out, y'all.
through. Have a nice day.
Peace out.